Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 Week 10 look at the Southern Mecklenburg 8 Conference. I'm Dale Ross.
I'm the pit man, Matt Morrow.
Matt, the first game is the second big game in Charlotte. This is West Mecklenburg at 7-1, 3-1 in conference, going over to play Charlotte Catholic 6-2, 4-0. Last season, Catholic defeated West Mecklenburg 47-20. And really, from what I understand about the game, that score is maybe a little misleading. The game was a little closer than that. West Mecklenburg last week defeated Olympic in a big game, 41-8. I understand that Caldwell called the Dogs off in the third quarter in that game, where it could have been a whole lot worse. So they played very well last week. And Catholic defeated South Mecklenburg 42-6, and we kind of expected that.
Right.
Hokies picking West Mecklenburg, his computer, I should say, not him personally, is picking West Mecklenburg over Catholic by 14. Catholic, just the things I want to mention is Catholic's undefeated in conference. They're 51-1 since they joined the Charlotte Conference. So when they came into the Queen City, they went through that for 4 seasons, and they went through the Mega Conference for 4 seasons, and now into this season,
Right.
51-1. So they've only lost 1 time in conference. And that was back in 2009. So it's been a while. West Mecklenburg is coming off of a big win over a rival. And West Mecklenburg, they're looking that they can, at a minimum, create a 3-way tie for first place. If they win, then that would put them into a tie, assuming Providence beats Harding.
Right.
That puts them into a 3-way tie with Catholic and Providence. And, really, as far as Catholic's concerned, they just went out, they win conference. They're undefeated, they win, they're conference champs. So West is going to need a little help to become a conference champion. But one of the things they got to do is they've got to beat the Catholic this Friday night.
Yeah, and this is going to be a really good one. I think the key for West Mech here, we talk about it all the time against Catholic. You got to get guys in the box to try to help stop that run game. I think they need to go to 8 or 9 guys in the box at times, mix it up. And I've got down to lock man coverage on their wings and tight ends. You can mix in probably some cover 3 with that also. But like you said, they've been throwing the ball more at Catholic. They're getting more back into what they normally do.
Yep.
And I think you've just got to rally up, gang tackle, because one guy's not going to bring Hood down.
That's right.
And he's still got to be the key guy. Their other guys are playing better now. They got some guys back from injury, but and they know this. They've played each other for a few years now, and they've got to come up with some special scheme that you always have for this type of offense and try to execute and force Catholic into just get them the third down. If you get them the third down, you have a chance, and that's where a lot of teams struggle with Catholic. They get so many yards on first and second. Now you never put them in a situation. You never put them in a pressure situation. I guess is the best way to put it. So you've got to limit the big runs. Try to make them get to third down and then get that one stop and get off the field. Because if you can stop them, West Mech has the elements that will give Catholic trouble offensively. I think the key for Catholic, obviously offensively, they got to pound like they always do and make West Mech stop you. They have no reason to change anything they do offensively, defensively. Honestly, the same type of deal. If I was them, you got to stop Sean Wilson. Obviously, you load up to stop him and force McClendon to throw the ball. Now, the only problem is we know they have trouble covering the pass. So you've got to balance when you do that, and then when you want to play more coverage and try to take that away. So West Mech obviously has the advantage, I think, in terms of when they're on offense. The key is they cannot have turnovers, and they have got to move the ball efficiently if they're gonna go into Catholic and win. Now I think they can do that, but I'm not making a prediction yet because I'm still kind of going
Right.
back and forth on this one.
Well, just real quickly, and I know this is probably going to get shared around by a lot of West Met people. Catholic, as I saw in the Olympic game, they are back to their wing tee more. So your comment about the tight end and the wing backs being thrown to, that's very valid. I like to jam the tight end. What I like to do is I like to stand up a defensive end. Bring a linebacker up and stand him up on his outside shoulder and jam him. Don't let him get off the line of scrimmage. But they will hit you with that. And of course, Hood is, you're right, gang tackle, man. You got to put as many helmets on him. And the biggest thing is don't let him get going. If you can get him in the backfield, that's the best thing. Because once that kid gets those motors going, oh my gosh. You're talking about a Cadillac coming at you, not a little sports car, but a Cadillac. When we turn around and look at West, we're talking about sports cars. Here we're talking about Cadillacs. And Hood, by the way, will be attending UNC, North Carolina. Over on the flip side, of course, West Mecklenburg has Clemson commit. They have a Duke commit, and they have an NC State commit. So the ACC is very well represented in this.
And way to stay in the Carolinas.
It's a way to stay in the Carolinas, exactly. West Met, get the ball to the edges, get the ball in space, let the players make plays. Throw the ball, second level passes, throw the ball deep every once in a while. But really, those second level passes into playmakers' hands can make some big things happen. So, we expect to see a big crowd there, and the high chances are that I'll definitely be at this ball game. And I'm hoping a lot of you West Met people come out as well. So, thanks, and hope to see you there.